Okay, so you're looking where to invest in the great area of Orlando. Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about where you should invest based on what type of rental you want to be doing. And stay tuned to the end, and I'll give you some #1 tips that you need to know when looking to invest in Orlando. Let's go. What's up, everyone? My name is Cameron Hodge, coming at you from eXp Realty here in Orlando, Florida. On this channel, we're talking about everything about living in and moving to Orlando, Florida, dropping videos for you every single week to help you with that decision. Also, being a licensed agent here in this great state of Florida, I also love even more helping you with the real estate decisions like moving to, investing in, living in Orlando, Florida. So this number popping up below is how you can get a hold of me and the team. Call, text, email, whatever you need to do. I'll have your back when moving to Orlando, Florida. So getting into it, obviously, title of the video, where to invest in Orlando. And I'll tell you, even if you're not looking to invest in per se in terms of rentals here in Orlando, even if you're just looking to buy a home, this video still pertains to you, because if you are looking to buy in the right decision, just to maybe move up in a home or whatever, like I promise you, this is also an important video for you. So getting into it, and where to invest in Orlando. Look, it's such a loaded question. It really comes down to where, what are you trying to do? Right now, are you looking to house hack a home, which is looking for a multifamily home? Are you looking to do a short-term rental? I know we have a lot of people as well who aren't really ready to move to Orlando, but they want to buy a property now, given the current environment in the world, and they want to make sure they have something they can rent out, or maybe they'll turn it into an actual home down the road, or maybe they'll just keep it as an investment. Or whether you're looking for large commercial properties, or are you looking to, build new construction and just rent it out, or you're looking to do just like lease options. Like, there's so many different things when it comes to investing in Orlando. And Florida in general, obviously, it does a really good job when it comes to appreciation. I will tell you, it's done a lot of crazy, and with the current rates going up, things are definitely slowing down for sure, but it's still a great area. I think one thing a lot of times is perspective. So we've had people reach out, after watching some of these videos on the channel, and they have, saying, hey, Cameron, like, I'm a landlord in New York or California or Oregon or something like that. And then they reach out and they're like, hey, like, I want to move my investment to Florida. So a lot of things that go into that. Obviously, if you own rental properties that you're looking to sell and take that money towards a state like Florida and Orlando, where you can kind of get more bang for your buck than you would in a lot of those places, especially California. There's a lot of ways to go about that. Always talk to a CPA, attorney, see what's best for you. But a lot of times you might be able to do like a 1031 exchange. A 1031 exchange is where you sell a rental property and you buy, this is just general speaking, by the way, where you sell that property and you buy a property of equal or greater size with that money, and you defer the tax payment on that sale for later down the road. Now, that's huge layman terms, but just realize that's something that's an option to you if you are looking to invest in Orlando and you have properties out of state that you're looking to sell off and then relocate that funds to Florida. Now, getting into it, where should you invest? Well, let's start off with one of the more common things that people try and do here in Orlando, because it's Disney World, and that's short-term rentals. Now, there are so many ways to go about this. Now, a lot of people who maybe are new into investing and they kind of don't really care too much about maybe cash flowing on the property. They just want to at least break even or a little bit more to cover maintenance on the property. There's a lot of cool options. There's actually something that came in my radar recently, and there's near Disney World, they have new condo constructions going up, and the HOA actually allows you to do short-term rentals. Now, is it necessarily a smart financial decision? It all depends on how much money you're putting down on the property. That's going to be said for no matter where you invest in Orlando. It all depends on what you're doing, how much money you're putting down, what are going to be your overall costs, which I'm happy to help you do that. I have calculators and things like that I do on a daily basis. I have rentals of my own in the past as well in the future, to where I can help you kind of figure out those numbers. But, the grand scheme of it is, if you're just looking to have like a second home, hey, like, there are condo situations where you could allow you to short-term rent those condos, and there's also some that they're building brand new, and it can allow you to at least negate some of that cost if you're just looking to visit Orlando temporarily and things like that. Now, if you are looking to just own a short-term rental outright and actually make it profitable and things like that, I think the general rule of thumb is like Kissimmee, right? Like, it's definitely a big area that a lot of people own short-term rentals in. I've also gone all the way to like Lake Alfred, which is heading west on the 4. Look, there's a lot of areas for short-term rentals. Realize that there's just a lot of rules when it comes to owning short-term rentals, especially in Orlando. Now, if you own the home and you're looking to just rent it out for a portion of the year when you're not here, you're still fall under the same guidelines. You have to get registered with the city. You have to make sure that your HOA, if there is one, allows it. A lot do not. So you have to make sure that you have to look at the city, the county, where like maybe you're not zoned for it. Like there's a lot that goes into short-term rentals, and you have to make sure that you follow all those guidelines. Now, if you are looking to obviously do that specifically and you need a specific plan for your situation, again, reach out to us. Our number's down below as well in the beginning and the end of this video, and you can reach out to me and the team. We can help build that plan for you to find out what area makes sense for your budget. What are you trying to do? Trying to go all out Disney home? Like, what are you trying to be close to? So be aware of that. Getting into, if you're just looking to buy like standard rental homes, like it all comes down to your budget. Clearly, I'm not going to tell you what areas. Obviously, when it comes to expansion, Horizon West is a huge area that's expanding here in Orlando, but also a lot of path of progress that's heading west along the 4. Now, I can tell you, like even like 10 years ago, like Polk County like is insanely more crowded comparatively than it used to. So, I mean, even we built going west on the 4 from Disney World as well, being closer to Disney World. We were only about 28 minutes off the 4 from Disney World. And, we did that purposely. And I intend to probably keep that property if we do decide to move from it in the future. Who knows? But in my mind, like I said, like even if you're not like an investor, it still pertains. Now, Orlando is definitely expanding a lot in that direction. That's where a lot of the land is. That's where a lot of the room. There's a lot of new construction going in there, and obviously in time, that's where the rentals are. That's where people have to live. Now, also like in central Orlando, there's a lot of places. I know we have a client who's looking to sell their rental in Lakeland. That's another area that's halfway between Tampa and Orlando. Lakeland's another good option. It's gotten a lot better in recent years for sure, but it all depends obviously on what you're trying to do. One thing that does really well in Orlando as well, if you haven't seen my other videos about it, is Lease Options, where obviously you as the owner, you buy the home, you rent it out, but your tenant pays you a fee to secure the rights to buy that property down the road, and part of the rent payment actually reduces the purchase price, much like a mortgage, which is a cool service that a lot of people do. It's one of the things I love because it's like you're a landlord, but you're also providing service for someone who maybe they're self-employed and they have to work 2 years in their industry in order to get the ability to buy a home on their own through normal means. But doing this allows them to actually gain equity on the home and also be able to secure the right to buy that home down the road, like 3, 5, 6 years, wherever you decide. So that's really cool. And things like that, if you're looking to do that kind of stuff, look, it just comes down to, good neighborhood, or maybe you don't choose to do good neighborhoods, but it really comes down to like obviously path of progress. Where do people want to live? Around the Disney World area is always popular. Dr. Phillips is a very popular neighborhood for a lot of people. Kissimmee is really good. Like if you're central to the airport, Disney World, like those are gonna be the most populated areas in Orlando. St. Cloud can be a little bit off the way there, but that's another good community as well. And those are the areas you need to look at when you're looking to invest in Orlando, or even if you're considering just wanting to hold something that has maybe retained some of its value. Now, don't discount North Orlando. Like I said, it always comes down to your budget. What are you trying to do and all that stuff. A lot of the commercial properties, like if you're looking at like large apartment complexes, if that's your thing, not getting into that, that's not my realm and field, but obviously those are going to be central, closer to the center of Orlando. In Disney World, that whole Champions Gate area. But really, that's where a lot of the path of progress is going, is Horizon West, also just heading west along the 4. It's slowly working farther and farther down the 4, and that's where a lot of that progress is being made. But obviously, if you are looking to do short-term rental, like I said, it's a way complex situation because it all comes down to your budget, and then finding something that's an area that fits, when it comes down to HOA, city ordinance, and making sure you get approved for those permits and all that stuff. So it's really important to make sure if you are looking to do that, you reach out to us. We can help you create that plan so you're not just jumping into it and then, especially when it's last minute. And if you are looking to move your funds from like a 1031 exchange into the state, reach out to us before you even start the sale so we can help you get everything ready before that money starts coming in. Now, at the same time, for those of you who maybe want to get into investments, but they're also wanting to move to Orlando, you always have the ability to maybe do multifamily. And we've had veteran clients or even just like regular people who buy homes, like a multifamily unit, 2 to 4 units, and they actually will move into one unit and rent out the other 3. There's another cool option for you. And those, obviously, it's really going to come down to what's available at the time you go to look to buy. We do the best job we can finding deals like before they come to market, and trying to get those ready. But at the same time, it's a great option if you're looking to reduce how much you're spending monthly. Because a lot of people, they might have like this set budget, or maybe they're single. Maybe you don't have family, or maybe you do have a small family, and you're in agreement with your spouse or significant other, and you're willing to work out a plan to where you can live in one of those properties. That's another great option as well. But that one, obviously, if you're looking to do something like that, that's all going to depend on what's available. Because, like, yes, you try and choose the right area, but obviously those properties are going to be less popular. Not popular, but there's gonna be less of those than there would be single family condos and things like that. So be aware, it just all comes down to what are you trying to do, and that's where you're investing in. But like I said before, I hope this video kind of gave you a general insight of where you need to look at when investing in Orlando. Obviously, things are just moving west. That's like a big push in Orlando, but also there's a lot of stuff heading north in Orlando as well. That's where the land is. That's where the space is to build these new communities. But when it comes to wanting to buy the right place, it all comes down to your plan, what you're trying to do, and making sure that's done right. So if you are looking to invest in Orlando, whether you're looking to buy a home or just, get your piece of Orlando real estate, this number popping up below is how you can get a hold of me and the team. Call, text, email, or even if you're just looking to move to Orlando and you want to make sure you kind of get a good plan to make sure you're setting yourself up for success. That's primarily what we do. And also people investing, like I said, I love people relocating for a better life, but also helping them invest to be able to create that generational wealth to change not just their lives, but their grandchildren's lives. So I hope this value gave you great insight. I look forward to talking with you, and I'll see you in the next video.